there should be nothing to worry if many people commit heinous crimes in profusion. In fact, the fallen souls who never care for sincere devotional service to the Lord are in majority on this planet. Accordingly, the brute majority may remain complacent without practicing devotional service to the Lord, and may come to the conclusion that to get to hear good sermons, better to go by the majority. Thus, many people become averse to devotional service. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Narayanam Namaskrutyam Saraswatim Vyasam Rayesha Bhadreshu Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 21 and Texts 52, 53 and 54. Na yadha ratham astaya na yadha ratham astaya jaitram mani ganarpitam jaitram mani ganarpitam vispurija chanda koda rathena trasayan aghan swasainya charana kshunnam swasainya charana kshunnam vepayan mandalam bhavaha vepayan mandalam bhavaha vikarshim senam vikarshan bruhatim senam paryatasi amshuman iva paryatasi amshuman iva tadhaiva setavaha sarve tadhaiva setavaha sarve varnashrama nibandhanaha varnashrama nibandhanaha bhagavat rachita rajan bhagavat rachita rajan vidyaran bata dasyubhihi vidyaran bata dasyubhihi natadharatam astaya jaitram maniganarpitam vispurjat jachanda kodando rathena thrasayan agham swasainya charanakshunnam vepayan mandalam bhuvaha vikarshan aniva tadhaiva setavah sarve varnashrama nibandhana subhihi. Paryatasam sumaniva Bhagavad Rachita Rajan Deran Na Not Yatha when Ratham the chariot Astaya having mounted Jaitram, Tam, Bid, a fearful Rathena, threatening, Aghan, all the culprits, Swasainya, of your soldiers, Charana, by the feet, Shunnam, trample, Vepayan, causing to tremble, Mandalam, the globe, Bhuvaha, of the earth, Vikarshan, leading, Bruhatim, huge, Senam, army, Paryatasi, you roam about, Amshuman, the brilliant sun, Iva, like, Tada, then, Eva, certainly, Setavaha, religious codes, Survey, all, leading a huge army whose trampling feet cause the globe of the earth to tremble, then all the moral laws governing the varnas and āśramas, purple and spiritual orders in human society, Hasta, Vanaprastha and Sannyas, and the social order, Hasta, Vanaprastha and Sannyas, and the social orders according to work and qualification are made up of the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras. These social orders, according to the different grades of work and qualification, are described in Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, for want of proper protection, but this is not the actual system. Human society means the society which is making progress towards spiritual realization. The most advanced human society was known as Arya, and Arya refers to those who are advancing. Material necessities unnecessarily. Real advancement is advancement to material necessities unnecessarily. Real advancement is advancement towards spiritual realization. And the community which acted towards this end was known as the Aryan civilization. The intelligent men, the Brahmanas, as exemplified by Kardama Muni, were engaged in advancing the spiritual cause. The Kshatriyas, like Emperor Swayambhu, used to rule the country and ensure that all facilities for spiritual realization were nicely provided. It is a duty of the king to travel all over the country and see that everything is in order. Indian civilization, on the basis of the four varnas and āśramas, deteriorated because of her dependency on foreigners or those who did not follow the civilization of varnashram. Thus, the varnashram system has now been degraded into a caste designed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says cannot be closed or covered. The divisions of varnas and āśramas will continue to exist either in their original form or in degraded form. But because they are created by the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they cannot be extinguished. The sky, the sun will continue to exist. Similarly, when the varnashrama system becomes degraded, it appears as a hereditary caste system. But in every society there is an intelligent class of men, a martial class, a mercantile class, and a laborer class. When they are regulated for cooperation among communities according to Vedic principles, then there is peace and spiritual advancement. But when there is hatred and malpractice and mutual mistrust in the caste system, then the whole system becomes degraded. And as stated herein, it creates a deplorable state. At the present moment, the entire world is in this deplorable condition because of giving rights to the so many interests. Both Om Ajnanatimiraan Dasya Gyanan Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Kardama Muni is appreciating the Swayambhu Manu's travel across the globe. God is kept intact and maintained in its original purity. So Krishna has created this world. He is the origin of everything. And when we see personality of Godhead in our society or in our country, we see so many organizations flourishing because there is a structure. Some people do administrative work, some are into business, production, and some are helping others. So only when somebody may be very good in music and somebody may be interested in music, doesn't mean both are in music, but one is sitting and performing music and the other person is sitting and listening to that music. Both are interested, but they are not equal. The person who is sitting and enjoying the music may never be able to sit and produce music for thousands of people to sit and listen. This is a wrong concept that everybody is can do everything. The Vedic system is Bhagavat Rachita Rajan. This is created by God. Vedic civilization is about how can we adhere to that which is created by the Supreme Personality. What is given by Krishna is all perfect. Is perfect and complete system. And what he created a system called varṇashrama. Krishna, he has seen this entire universe like an organization. Organization is created based on the purpose. Some organizations are meant to produce software. We call them as software companies. Some are meant for construction. Some are meant for some kind of a business. So we may see the purpose is something, but there is an organization to achieve that purpose. They want to achieve something through that organization. Similarly, Krishna created this organization, varṇashrama. There is a division of various work and spiritual practices. He has created this system in order to achieve one goal, that is spiritual realization. Ultimately, human being has to realize that this life is not all in all. He has to develop detachment. He has to understand that he has a spiritual aspect. He is not this body. He has to progress in spiritual life. One has to come to that platform. Towards that end, thus those divisions are made. And what are those divisions? One division is for the social work. Society to run, you need some food, you need some necessities. So how do you organize these social needs and necessities? That is the social orders: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Each one is supposed to live by a certain maintenance method. Brahmanas advised that they simply they don't depend on the government, but rather they do various practices like uncha vurti and are depend on after teaching they get some guru dakshina, like that. Without asking anything, they live a very austere, simple life. This is Brahmana. Very austere, simple. They are not greedy after money and focused on Krishna consciousness, God consciousness. This is Brahmana. They are truthful, control their senses, austere. This is their inclination. Now, such people who are independent in their thinking, based on the Vedic wisdom, they used to advise the Kshatriyas, the administrators. So, Kshatriyas are busy in the administration, they need direction. So, the Brahmanas, they used to tell them, no, this is according to the Dharma, this is not according to the Dharma. A lot of work to decide what to do next in a particular circumstance. It's not an haphazard action. Kshatriya has to take action after carefully considering many factors. So that requires guidance and help. And then there are people who are inclined to this Vaishya, agriculture, business, trading, dealing with money, finances. And so these people, they are the people who produce and then maintain the society. And they have to pay some tax to the Kshatriyas, and by those taxes the Kshatriyas used to maintain themselves and also ensure that the kingdom is run properly. Then finally there are Shudras. They are simple-hearted. They are happy, satisfied by doing some work, and they were given such facility. So these are the 4 types of social divisions. But also every person has to go through 4 divisions of spiritual life. One is called the Brahmacharya. The rules and regulations from Brahmacharya are different from the next āśrama, Grihastha. And then those rules and regulations are different for the next āśrama, varṇāśrama, that vanaprasthaśrama, and then finally sannyas. So everybody has a certain rules and duties to follow. Certain moralities are defined for each category. So then he could be a Brahmana or Brahmachari, a Brahmana Grihastha, a Kshatriya Brahmachari, like that. There are various roles a human being has to play, and ultimately the goal is to attain to higher spiritual realization. That is called progress. As somebody is becoming closer to Krishna, approaching the absolute truth, he is considered advanced or progressed. And if somebody is not able to, then yes, he is still practicing, and then he is encouraged. So based on this, so then on what basis these divisions are made? These divisions are made on the basis of guna and karma. So in Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned guna karma vibhagasaha. Guna means his inclination. What inclination he has? Some people are inclined towards, say music or art. Some are inclined towards doing business, and some are inclined towards, administration, and some are inclined towards worshipping the deity, studying Shastra, analyzing scholarly understanding. These are all the inclinations. And those inclinations, and then there is one more we see in our day-to-day experience, there is an ability. Inclination may be there, but ability may not be equal. Some people are good business mind, some people may not have that much. But although both of them are inclined to business, or we want to be very scholarly, very nicely study, deeply understand, and able to quote verses and present the philosophy scholarly. Ambition may be there, but then our ability to remember such things may not be there. There is and then opportunity. There's one more aspect we see, opportunities. Somebody starts a business and then he has a great opportunity to do. Somebody may start one more business, a similar business, but he may not have the opportunity to. So these three are this guna and karma. Guna is inclination and an ability, and the karma is determines your opportunities. As per karma, one gets. Somebody may feel that I am also equally capable politician or administrator. Now elections are coming. Everybody thinks I am a suitable candidate for Prime Minister. There are many people. And then he may get opportunity, but he may not have any ability. So we see all combinations in our day-to-day life. So here Prabhupada is saying that a human being is supposed to fulfill obligations. His primary obligation is how he is reaching, attaining Krishna's lotus feet. That is his primary obligation. And then in order to enhance that goal, the whole structure is created, the day-to-day interactions are created, respect is created, trust is created, and everybody has their own obligations to do. They have to do their duties. For example, Brahmana, he is supposed to be doing his duties. He cannot be greedy and then exploit all the other varnas. He cannot exploit. He has to live very austere, very simple life. And in return, he is to be respected highly in the society. So, when Brahmana, gave up his duties, and he also started running behind exploitation, demanding respect without any qualification, then there is a degradation. Kshatriya, for example, he is supposed to take care of the citizens like his own children. A king is like a father, and he should ensure that no one goes hungry and no one suffers from any distress. He has to be so sensitive that all the living entities under his kingdom are happy and flourishing. Now, where do you see such king now? Somebody who is worried about the comforts and the necessities of the citizens. Who is? While campaigning, he will spend some 100-200 crores, and then if he gets to power, his goal will be, in the next 5 years, I have to get this 200 plus interest, plus next terms in case I don't get next term, that. So he has to earn so much. Where is the time to think about what happens to the common man? It's a reality. When the varnashrama is influenced by greed and lust and this envy and hatred, it becomes caste system. They'll be fighting. this what is supposed to be a very well-oiled machine with nice cooperation between various divisions of society, it becomes a complex and harsh system which with clashes with each other, fighting with each other. This is what is happening today. People have become very greedy, lusty, and then hateful. They can't tolerate other person who is practicing something else. Cannot tolerate. And so this kind of a vicious environment is because there is no responsible king at the helm of affairs. That's why here it's mentioning Bhagavad Rachita Rajan Vidyaran Bata Dasyubihi. Rogues and rascals will disturb this cooperation. They bring in all kinds of troubles in this nice varnashrama system. So a Kshatriya is supposed to oversee. He has to ensure that everybody is following their dharma. For example, a Kshatriya keeps an eye on the Brahmana. Okay, he is claiming to be a Brahmana. Is he really a Brahmana? Is he following? Is he practicing? Because he is claiming a lot of respect. But is he doing his duty? He keeps an eye. And Brahmanas keep an eye on the Kshatriyas. Is he ruling as per the dharma? Is he taking care of the citizens? Is he making money? Or is he... So they see all these things. Is he allowing the people to progress spiritually? There was one king by name Veena. So Veena, he comes out to be a very big rascal, big rogue, and then he starts obstructing everybody in their practice of spiritual life. Now, at that time, the Brahmanas, they try to reform him, advise him to see whether he will improve or not. He is not improving. So one day they decided that this man is no good, and by their Brahmanical power, they simply cursed him to die. So Veena died. Now as soon as the king died, then so many rogues and the thieves, they flourished in the kingdom. By seeing this, the Brahmanas thought that there should be a king, some king should be there, and that's how they prayed to the Lord, and then Pruthu comes from the body of Veena. And there is a proper king. So a good king is very important. Somebody who is adhering to the principles of dharma, very, very important. So here you can see Kardama is recognizing that Swayambhu Manu is such a king. He continuously travels in his kingdom and sees that if there is any deviation, the king used to take direct action. Not that you put a case and after 20 years and it goes to one more court. There is no such thing. So such kings should be respected and cooperated with, so that the society, the community can flourish. And so that is the goal of life. And if the community is flourishing, that is called Aryan society. There is a big theory behind this Aryan migration theory and all those, many things are there. But actually Aryans refers to the ones who are advancing towards the spiritual life. This is the prime necessity. Human being is called a human being only when he is progressing spiritually. If there is no progress, then that society is a degraded society. And one more thing is, many people are trying for classless society. They want to dismantle these classes, dismantle this caste, and Prabhupada saying, you cannot. It is impossible. It is creation of God. These divisions are creation of God. Each person is a unique person. You cannot equate with somebody else. Each person is his own unique capacities, abilities, inclinations are there. Society should be designed in such a way that that person should be allowed to grow at his own pace, at his own speed, by contributing whatever he can. That society should be like that. So nice, no? There is no artificial enforcement of some universal philosophy, universal law that yes, you all have to do this. It's not like that. Everybody is now driven to do only Shudra jobs. Here and there they'll say you become a startup entrepreneur, this and that. But none of them know what is the goal of life. Everybody is groping in the darkness. Actually, Vedic system is very sensitive. This guna karma, they recognize that many grades are there. Same guna, inclination may be there, but his capacities may not be so high. And then opportunities, are they vary from person to person. Opportunities vary. For example, I'm just giving a gross example. Say there is a match, cricket match. Thousands wants to go, but only few people will get the tickets. They have inclination to watch, but then opportunity may not be there for everybody. There is a limitation. So that is not the progress. If I get a ticket, or if I enjoy this, if I enjoy that, that is not the progress. The progress is wherever you may be, can you become Krishna conscious? This is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Sthane sthita shruti katam tanavan manobi. You may be situated at whatever level, either varnashrama or outside varnashrama, you are below varnashrama. It doesn't matter. If somebody can give submissive oral reception to the messages of Supreme Lord, then he can attain perfection. It doesn't matter. It's not required that one has to perform some Herculean things in order to reach God. He has to understand how he can serve the Supreme Lord in whatever capacity that he has got, by the will of the providence. This should be the system. But Prabhupada has given some common principles, the 5 common principles. These are compulsory for everybody. And apart from that, how much service to give, that depends on individual's, his inclination, his capacity, and the kind of opportunities that he has. Based on that, he can serve the Supreme Lord. Chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regulative principles. These are common principles for everybody. But based on your capacity and the inclination, you serve the Supreme Lord. But don't compare with others and think that I should also be like this. I should also serve like that. I should also have the biggest. Our comparison, somebody may be doing business, somebody may be doing administration, somebody may be doing this and that. It doesn't matter. Within the service that I have got, how nicely I can improve. I want to serve the Lord, serve